dads who lead, or this group, these events, they hide the vegetables really well. Okay. What I mean is like, it's good for both you and your son. It's nutrient rich. It's what you need. But oftentimes we don't want to eat the vegetables, right? We want to eat the steak or the macaroni and cheese. These events hide the vegetables because you're out learning and having fun and communing with other dads and sons. And I guess if you're on the fence of like, I don't really want to go to this thing and open up and share, and my son's not going to like it, I think you could just put all those concerns to bed, because these events are led and put on in such a way that they're event focused. That's something that's challenging, exciting, new, that's manly, that's, allowing us to express our masculine energy, paintball, rock climbing, river rafting, whatever it is, hiking. But through those experiences, we are discussing the themes and principles of leadership, of our masculinity. We can kind of dissect how each of these events that are really, male-focused events, how we can sit down and dissect them and round table them and apply them to our relationship and our development and our growth. And so it hides the vegetables really well. That's the first thing. The second thing I would say is, you, Thomas, we're being coached by you who's leading us through this event. And leadership is based on the ability to serve others. Good leadership is servant-based. It's serving those before yourself. You don't claim to be an expert. You don't claim to be the best dad in the world, but you're coming from a place of vulnerability, of experience. You are imparting these experiences and knowledge that you painfully attained on your own, and now are imparting it altruistically onto others. And so the fact that you have the authority to lead this group because you have the experience and the wisdom to do so just brings all of those principles together and just drives it home and makes it really, really powerful. We had such a great takeaways from round one in the development of my son, in my fatherhood, in my leading, that I knew for a fact that we're going to pick something else up new. And we did, inevitably. I was just reflecting last night about like fireside chats, and like, even though the framework is still there, every single time the conversations are new, the people are new, and I'm going home with way more tools in the tool chest that is going to equip me to be successful in this role as leader, as dad, and with my son as well. And I was looking at pictures last night of our first trip 2 years ago and comparing that to who my son is now. And I'm looking at this little boy in these pictures, and I'm looking at this man in front of me and just watching the progression. And the second thing is like, my son had just a fun time the first time, that I told him that we had an opportunity to do it again. And he's like, when? Let me put it. He likes to put it on the calendar. Like, tell me when, how many days is it? What are we doing? Oh, we're rock climbing. That's awesome. We both did something new for the first time that challenged us. That was, we both climbed on rock for the first time. We've climbed in gyms, but it was a new experience. And we both were working through some of the same discomfort and encouraging each other, and to do a hard new thing together. There's a kindred bond formed in like communal suffering. And not that we were suffering, but it makes a connection that is unique and special. And we talk about these trips at home, and we're going to continue to talk about this trip as our second trip in the future. And I would say, I think the second trip was better than the first time. It's like, because now you're coming with a mindset of expectation, and you really are just here ready to dig in immediately. And so I would say coming the second time was just a huge blessing, and we're very glad we did. Yeah, as he grows into more of a man, our relationship becomes closer and closer, because we're not dealing with the strict friction of roles in the household. Like, there's authority. I'm father and he is son. And I'm not dominating him into doing what I want him to do, but I'm leading through these subtle leadership principles that we all discuss. And through that, we're able to cultivate the slow incipiency of what's going to become a really mature and complex friendship as two adult men. Still father and son, but our dynamic is changing. He's at this age where that dynamic is slowly progressing, but we can never reach that friendship if we don't have these roles clearly defined, and we have respect for each other in those roles. He's not going to respect me as a dad if I don't provide these leadership qualities, and I would have a hard time respecting him as a son who, showed no appreciation for my provision or authority. And so like through these principles of growing together, our relationship naturally is becoming closer and closer because it's growing into what's going to become this really awesome, well-rounded friendship.